I'm Jacob Leung.
And I'm Clarissa Feildel.
And today we are making my favourite, all of it's my favourite though, but it's my Panko Schnitzel with a Japanese slaw.
Oh, yum.
So, let's get cooking.
Okay.
So, Clarissa, to get started, I've got 2 chicken breasts here. We're gonna get you to slice it lengthways, but then I'm gonna get you to bash it and just think about your ex when you're doing it, okay?
Okay.
Meanwhile, while Clarissa's doing that, what we've got here is a real simple mix here. So we've got flour, eggs, and panko breadcrumbs. Now, panko breadcrumbs are a Japanese-style breadcrumb that's a lot thicker and a bit more coarse, right? And this lady's losing it, but I'm gonna continue going. So while Clarissa's doing that, I'm gonna get started with a real simple mix. So first we've got plain flour, we've got 2 eggs, which I'm just gonna lightly whisk, and also panko breadcrumbs. I love using panko breadcrumbs and standards. Okay.
You said my boyfriend, right?
Yes. So this recipe will feed 4 people. Now with the flour, I am adding this Japanese spice mix, and it's called sashimi?
Red pepper mix.
Red pepper mix. Red pepper mix. So this is completely optional and it's available from your Asian grocer. Now I'm just gonna add a really good sprinkling into my flour. It's gonna add just a little bit of a different flavor. So what I'm using is chopsticks. Some people would use their hands, but I just find it's a lot cleaner just to use chopsticks.
Okay? Yeah, especially if you don't want like the crumbs sticking to your...
Yeah, because then you'll schnitzel your fingers.
That's right.
You don't want to schnitzel your fingers. So first of all, I've got right here just my chopsticks and the pieces that Clarissa's prepared. First of all, you put it into the flour mix, like so. Okay, and make sure it's well coated. And then just give it a little bit of a shake it off.
Shake it.
Now, just putting it into my egg wash, like so. And then once again, you don't want it too eggy, so make sure you just let it shake off again. And then the final one here is the panko breadcrumbs. Okay, so now we're ready to put this into the oil. And you just want to hear that nice light sizzle, okay? Now also really important when shallow frying is that you don't have it too hot, because then you just cook the outside and it'll be raw in the middle.
That's right.
No one really likes raw chicken. Okay, so I've just taken our chicken off and it's resting on some paper towel just to absorb any of that excess oil. So while we're doing that, I'm just going to get Clarissa to make our Japanese slaw. It's Asian-ish, so I don't even know if it's from Japan, but we're using Japanese ingredients.
Okay,
so,
cool.
I've got some cabbage here, and I'm going to get you to, it's probably about, what, 2 cups of cabbage?
Yep, so we've got 2 cups of cabbage.
And we've got about 2-3 stalks of shallots.
Yep.
And then I've got here some delicious edamame beans, which is just about, what, 3/4 of a cup?
So these ones are frozen, right?
These are frozen. So just put them in the microwave and cook them. So I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of those. Now, one of my favorite ingredients in Japanese cooking is
ginger.
Is pickled ginger.
Yeah, yummy.
You can have some. It's just so fresh and like refreshing, adds a lot of zing and flavor. So what I've got here is probably about like 1/4 of a cup of pickled ginger, but then I've also added a tablespoon of the pickling liquid as well. So I'm just gonna add all the pieces into the salad with the dressing. Speaking of the dressing, is kewpie mayonnaise, okay? My favorite.
Everyone has this now.
Everyone should have this.
It. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna add a good squeeze of this. So I'm thinking about 1/4 of a cup, because I always like my slaw to be really like, you know, covered, creamy with the dressing. Yeah. Now a pinch of salt. I didn't add any salt to the chicken. So what I'm going to do too is, while I'm salting, I'm just going to add a little bit to our chicken as well. I've got here about a tablespoon worth of black sesame seeds. I'm going to toss most of those in. Okay. Add a little bit of crunch and nuttiness. So I'm going to just take our piece of chicken and I'm going to cut it thinly. Oh, now, hear that crunch? Can you hear that crunch? Ready?
Oh, look, and it's so juicy. Perfectly cooked, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Fanned it out just a little bit. I'm just going to use my hands.
All right,
they're clean, right? Okay. Brilliant.
Just can't wait to dig into that.
I know, and this is such an, like, as you saw, it's like so quick,
easy,
so easy. Right, I love to serve this with a little extra black sesame seeds and just a little bit of citrus.
Squeeze of lime, lemon.
Yeah. Dig in.
Oopsie.
Some would say, Clarissa, this is the Schnitz. You can laugh a bit more if you want.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.